Hey everybody, James Shepard here with another edition of the Merchant Sales Insight. Today I want to talk to you about merchant statements and fees. Okay, I'm going to give you the three groups that charge fees in our industry that you're going to be able to understand the basics of it. And I don't care if you're selling dual pricing, cash discounting, flat rate pricing. You need to understand the basics of the industry. Now, before I dive into that, I want to say just a quick word about ISOAMP, which is a company that I started from scratch, that I still own 100% of today. And that company is the leader in full service statement analysis. Okay. Now, if you download the PDF version, you can see the first ever Facebook post I made about this business. It was back in March of 2016. That's how long ago we were working on this thing. And we launched it shortly. Yeah, we launched it maybe 8 months later, I think, the first version of it. And then, here we are today with this incredible tool. I'm super proud of it. I personally don't have a lot of involvement with the company anymore. I own the company, but I have other people that run it, and we have a huge team of qualified people. But it was a labor of love for me that I started because of my passion for the industry and my desire to give the industry a tool that they could utilize to understand statements and merchant fees. Okay. So I would really encourage you, if you're still doing statement analysis, right, in any way, shape, or form, you're analyzing statements, you're creating proposals on your own, you're making spreadsheets, whatever it is, do me a favor. Head over to getisoamp.com, GETISOAMP, getisoamp.com, and just request a free demo. Matt Markham from my team does a fantastic job with this. He'll do a demo. He'll show you what we can do. If you need our traditional one where you upload statements, you get them back usually in 20 minutes or so. Great. We return, I don't remember what percentage, but I think it's like 87% of the statements we return in 20 minutes or less right now. So we get a lot of statements back really quickly. Now, some statements need a little bit of work. They need data entry. They need categorization. We don't want to miss savings opportunities. We don't want to have inaccuracies. So I have a team of full-time dedicated W-2 employees who look at each statement before we send it out. Any red flags that pop up, we take a look. If there's data entry that needs to be done, we get a scan that's not great. We do the data entry work on it. We do 100% of the work, 100% of the time. And we have a full feature API as well that you can work on. So I just want to mention that real quick that, ISOAMP is the official sponsor. I don't talk about it very much in my social media stuff. We have a pretty dominant position in the market. Frankly, we're like the only one left that does, full service statement analysis. We do it accurately. We do it efficiently. We do it cost effectively. And we're really the only ones left. So we don't have a hard time drumming up business, but I did want to talk about it right now, because if you're still doing statement analysis, I would encourage you to crawl out of the cave that you're in, okay? And, walk into the light and join the rest of the industry and using ISOAMP to do your statement analysis, because there's simply no reason to do it on your own anymore. All right. So enough about that. Let's talk about statements and fees. All right. So I want to talk about these three entities real quick. So there's three different kind of what I call entities or groups of organizations that charge fees, and you need to understand that in order to understand statements and how the industry works. Number one, issuing banks. The bank that issues the card collects interchange fees. Okay. Now, interchange is pretty complicated. All right. It averages about 1.8% of the transaction, but that's an average. It's going to vary all over the place. I saw a auto repair shop recently that had an effective rate of 0.7% interchange. 0.7%. The average is 1.8%, but they're doing a lot of regulated debit. Their average transaction size is like $150, $200. So, that's why it's really low. So there's different things that are going to impact the cost of interchange on a particular transaction. Is it card present? Is it card not present? Okay. How is the card run? What's the method of payment there? Is it credit versus debit? Debit's usually going to be cheaper unless it's a really, really tiny average ticket size, like a coffee shop. Most other business types are going to have a lower cost for debit than credit, significantly lower. Is it B2B or B2C? Is the transaction between two businesses? Is it using a business card? Or is it a regular consumer card? Business cards are more expensive on the interchange side. Okay. What else? Is it a rewards card, cashback card, that sort of thing? Those are going to be more expensive. So those are the key things. Also, though, even the business type matters. You could take the same card and spend $100 at a grocery store. Then you go spend $100 at a retail store. You're actually going to pay less at the interchange, not you, but the merchant, the grocery store merchant is going to pay less as a general rule for that $100 than the retail store. Why? Because grocery stores have their own special interchange table. So we have issuing banks. They collect interchange fees. We have the card brands, Visa, MasterCard, Discover. They collect dues and assessments. Okay, these are generally 13 to 15 basis points plus 1.95 cents, 1.55 cents. So it's around 2 cents and 13 to 15 basis points, but they have a bunch of other fees that they charge. They have a per location fee that they charge. They have all kinds of different things like international assessments that can really stack up. If you want to get more information on that, go to ccsalespro.com/insights and download the PDF version where I list a bunch more and explain them. The third one is payment processors. That's what we all do in our industry, right? We provide payment processing. So we have to absorb that cost from the issuing banks and the card brands, the interchange fees, the card brand fees. And then we have to pass that on to the merchant one way or another. We do that with 3 types of fees. We have percentage fees, like flat rate pricing or tiered pricing or the percentage markup on interchange plus. So we have percentage fees, we have per item fees, and then we have fixed fees. Fixed fees are things like the IRS compliance fee, the on-file fee, monthly fee, statement fee, annual fee. Now we see software fees all over the place, right? And so we have all those different fees. So understanding that core kind of framework of it, I think is just super, super important. So let me really encourage you to dive in and start to understand statements a little better. One of the best ways you can do that is get an ISOAMP account. Go to getisoamp.com, getisoamp.com. Start uploading your statements there that you get, right? And take a look at the analysis. We give you full visibility. There's no magical AI behind the scenes that nobody understands what it's doing. No, we literally show you here's what, and sometimes it's our automation, sometimes it's our humans, but we give you full visibility. You can click on any category and it will literally show you the exact name and data from the statement and say, here's what it was. Here's how we categorized it, right? Then you can convert any existing statement over to any pricing model. So it's a pretty cool system. If you want to go to interchange plus to tiered or flat rate to compliant surcharging or whatever, you can do anything you want. Proposal templates, the whole 9 yards. Check it out. Getisoamp.com. But most importantly, learn this industry. If you understand it, if you're an expert, it's going to help you make more sales. It's going to help you build your business. My name is James Shepard. Thanks for watching this edition of the Merchant Sales Insight.